Okay, we are going to be installing an antenna today on my stereo. My antenna broke when I was going through a car wash, and it's broken off in the mount, and I'd rather not replace the external antenna, so I ordered a hidden one that I can install here on the dash inside the car. So I ordered this little thing on Amazon at $7.95, and in order to put this in, we're going to need to pull the stereo out and plug it in. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need to do to pull the stereo out is you need to remove the knobs, and these are very simple. These three knobs here for the vent controls just pull right out. You don't even have to pull very hard. And I've already been doing some work on the stereo. I just added an auxiliary port here the other night, and I show how to do that in another video that you can see in the link below. I'll put that on the video. So I've already removed the screws, but just so you know, there were 3 screws here. 1, 2, 3. They just look like these little screws here. And then the other 2 hidden ones that are a little tricky, that if you don't know about, you have to tilt these vents back, and they're actually right up in here. 1 here, 1 here. So I've already removed all those, so I don't need to pull those. Pry down a little corner, and I try and get somewhere that's out of sight a little bit, but just pry a little bit, and then that'll pop right out, just like that. Should be simple. Okay. And you can see in there the stereo is connected just above the vent controls here with 4 bolts, these mounts. So all you got to do is take these bolts out. This is a Toyota, so a number 10 millimeter ratchet will pull those bolts out, and I'll go grab that and show you how to do it. Okay, so I've got my 10 millimeter ratchet here, so I'm going to remove these bolts. So now that I've pulled it out here, you can see on the top, you really don't need to pull any of the harnesses out that power it for the speakers or that run to the back of this. I'm just going to pull the antenna cable. This is a stock antenna cable, and you really don't need to do anything with it. It's not attached to anything now. Just kind of tuck it back in there and behind, and it can go out of sight, out of mind. So with the new antenna, we are going to, okay, now that I have the antenna all unwrapped, I'm going to just plug it in the back here where I unplugged the other one. So it's very simple. There's 2 receptacles here, just to make sure you plug it in the right one, but it should only go in one because they're different sizes. So I'm going to test this before I route it and make it a permanent mount. So I want to see where the best reception is and just make sure I put it in a good spot. So I'm getting reception so far, which is good. I wasn't getting any before. Okay, so what I ended up doing, I'm gonna just tuck this in underneath the dash and just leave it here. I'm just putting it up underneath the dash directly, as close to the windshield as I can. Can't really see it in there, it's kind of dark, but we're just gonna give that a try and kind of drive around with it for a little while. And if the reception's okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that because there's no reason to make it more complicated than we need to. And if it's not that great, then we'll reroute it and we'll put it somewhere up higher. So for right now, it sounds pretty good.